on-demand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
I think everybody wants to know, is the worst over? Is the correction behind us? What do you think?
I'm looking at the things that I can analyze, and I can analyze the economy, and we are seeing a recovery. And again today, we had better than expected manufacturing data. So manufacturing is in a V. Naturally, industrial should do actually a very good job in terms of that sector, and it has, right? Housing has actually really been very amazingly strong.
Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Housing is only strong because the economy is weak. What does that mean? You would never be able to get your interest rate at 2.5%, 30-year fixed rate, if the economy was good. When the economy is good, you raise rates. When the economy is doing well, you raise rates. When the economy is terrible, you try to stimulate growth. But unfortunately, we have given up growth for debt. It's unbelievable. In manufacturing, hey, I would love it if manufacturing kept increasing, but that's a small part of our economy right now. We have 157 million people working. That's our labor force. Only 25 million of the 160 million is from manufacturing, oil drilling, mining. That's right. That's only 25% of our working population. The remaining 160, whatever it is, those are weak jobs, service jobs. We are a service economy. Okay, good. We got manufacturing numbers up, but we aren't hiring enough service people back. Restaurants are closing. Motels are closing. All these service jobs aren't coming back. But I hate to say it, but that is our economy. Bartenders, waitresses, chambermaids. I mean, that's what we do. Our manufacturing is tiny. Thank God the president brought back what he did in manufacturing, and he should get all kinds of credit, which he doesn't get. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Remember, we switched to a service economy. We used to be, remember, a huge industrial economy. Then they said, okay, let's get rid of the industrial economy and let's be a financial economy. We can make more money. And we went down that road. And out of the financial economy came the biggest service economy, not manufacturing. They got rid of that. So when you keep hearing the economy is getting better, it's not. Sure, there's pockets here and there.
I think there's a lot of room still for many of these various names. It doesn't mean that you lose your discipline and you suddenly just think the sky is the limit. But I think what you have to do is just continue to look at this market and know there's going to be some bumps in the road. We know the economy has very, very good parts of it right now, but also some parts that are still very weak.
Yeah, mostly weak. So what does that mean? That means you're going to have to depend on the fake business news networks and guys like them to tell you what stock to be in, when to get in, and when to get out. What are you, nuts? When all they tell you to do every day is buy, 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 buy. They never tell you to get out of the stock market. When's the last time they ever told you to get out of the stock market? So if we have an economy that's going to be bumpy, we're going to go up, we're going to go down. They don't tell you the down part. They do everything to mask the down part. They don't want you to leave the market. Because they have no fiduciary relationship with you. They always tell you, oh, stay in, enjoy your life, everything's fine.
You're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. Don't pay attention to your portfolio.
Yeah, don't pay attention, just stay in. See, that's what they want you to do, and write it all the way down. They don't want you to get, because when they get out of the market, they lose money. They don't care about you. What are you, nuts? No, we're far from over. And it really upsets me when people aren't going to be prepared. And it's ridiculous. You can prepare yourself so easily not to get hurt. Didn't you get hurt in 1987? Of course you did. Didn't you get hurt with the dot-coms? And your 401k I'm talking about. You never collected your 401k. It got hit, what, 40%? 38, 40%? Wow. 2000 and the dot-com days. 2001, 2002, and then remember we had the housing con, financial con. You got hit again. Your 401k, you never collected. Your 401k again went down another 40% or more. So every time you have this roaring economy, you keep losing money in your 401k, but you do nothing about it. You get right back in and stay with it. Because, oh, somebody's matching me. That is the biggest sucker's play of all with a 401k. Think about it. You're going to get into a 401k. Just think what a genius thought of that. How they could suck you in. Just like a carny. Think about how they sucked you in by telling you they're going to match you. They're going to match you. And they never really match you. Most people don't understand that either. The amount of money they are going to give you that they say is the match, they already lowered the pay scale in that job. So it doesn't really come from them. If a job was paying $60,000 a year, they drop it down to $48,000 a year. They've already calculated what it's going to cost them. Do you think these large companies that are controlled by gangsters, financial terrorists, you think they're going to match you? What are you, nuts? Nobody's going to match you. It's a con game. A 401k is a con game. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. You just get ripped off day after day. How can it not be a con game when there's 27 hidden fees? How can it not be a con game when they don't even explain to you the dangers of it? They don't explain to you the cost of it. In fact, 401ks don't even have an organized educational program. Do you know that? There's no organized educational program. That's done on purpose. They don't want you to be educated, and you're not. The last time they had a study, 80% of the people thought there was no commissions, no fees. What are you, nuts? You're paying 7 times more than what you should be. If you take the S&P, and if all you did went into the S&P 500, you'll make 7 times what you'll ever make in a 401k because you don't have those fees. But you can't convince people. The proof is there's 86 million people in those terrible, horrible 401ks. But you'll never convince people of that because they get this match. Yeah, right. So when we're told the worst is over, that is when you hit the worry button. That should be your red flag. That's your warning that the bubble has formed already and that investors need to be very careful because the bubble is going to pop soon. Now, everybody's in a comfort level think, they'll never pop the bubble before the election. Really? Nobody's bigger than the market. Are they going to try to get us to the election? Of course. But there's no guarantee. You've got to be prepared. Let's take advantage of the stocks going up. Why not? But are you prepared to get out when the market shows a sign it's going to correct 20, 30, 40, 50%? Be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So we're being told the worst is over. Really? The worst is over? I don't think so. Especially when they're lying to us about inflation being 2%. What are you, nuts? You know, think about this. It doesn't really matter if it's over or not. If you have the equipment, if you have the tools, if you have the education to deal with it. Very simple. A chart that tells you, okay, time to get out. When you have every day at noon, here at Phil's Gang, our director of education with his team gets together and they post every day at 2 o'clock our member portfolio, and each stock does a video of all the stocks and tells you exactly what to do with the stock, especially in advance of what's going to happen, whether it's going to go up or down. How is it that we could have shorted RGR, that's Ruger, okay, that's the gun company, when it turned red, from the time it went from green to red, that dropped 25%. So our members got a portion of the 25%. Some got all of it, some got 5%, some got 10%, 15%, but they got it. But here's the key. It was going down, and they made sure they were making money on it. They had the tools, the equipment to do it. It was easy. At the same time, making money on Ruger on the way down, McDonald's, which we got into July, is still up 15% as we were shorting a stock that was dropping. I mean, you can't have any better than that. Our members are making money on a stock that's going down, Ruger, and making money on a stock that's going up. McDonald's, 15%. Starbucks, going up, 14%. DRI Restaurants, 21%. All got into all these stocks at the same day. And what we follow is a color-coded technology that identifies when the institutions are pulling out their money. Wouldn't you like to know that? I would think so. Well, I'm going to give it to you free. I give it to you free every day, I tell you. Please. It's free for 10 days, for heaven's sakes. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and click out where it says product. And you'll see our products, but the one that will stand out will say the Pro 2 color-coded technology chart. Worker investor. What does that mean? That means you get, for 10 days, you get the technology, the chart, free, and you get a membership. And that working investor, every day, we go through our portfolio of stocks and tell you exactly what to do by video. You don't have to come to a class. You don't have to learn anything. Talk about learning anything. We have not learned over all the years that the Federal Reserve is a bunch of gangsters. They're not federal. They reserve nothing. They're no more federal than Federal Express. They're a bunch of gangsters. And they have destroyed your dollar. They destroyed the economy. It's awful. Do you know? Think about it. Right now, okay, our economy is worse than when Paul Vogler came in and raised rates. Remember that? Remember those days? Because he had to break the back of inflation. Do you really believe inflation's 2%? This crash is going to be much worse than any of the previous crashes because they're not raising rates. We've never gone this long with monetizing debt, which allows people to spend more than their income every day through debt. We have, through the Federal Reserve, sacrificed economic growth for debt by monetizing our debt. What's monetizing? That's a big fancy word for nothing more than what the Federal Reserve does. They do a little trick. They've been doing this since 2012. When you have so much debt, the government, or if you're a corporation, you have a lot of debt, they come up with an idea called monetization. QE. All they do is print money, and then they go in and purchase the debt of a corporation. So a corporation, instead of allowing the corporation to fail and to go into Chapter 11, which is designed for them to get reorganized, to get rid of their debt, instead of doing that, what's the Federal Reserve do? They go in now and monetize. Simply means they go and say, I will buy your debt. We're going to unlock the liquidity that's tied up in debt. Here we go. I'm going to unlock it now. You're going to get all this liquidity and go make the same mistakes all over again. Be as dumb, as stupid as you were to get in this situation. Just do it again. Can you imagine? Instead of letting them go into a recession, let them go in and go into Chapter 11. For heaven's sakes. Can you imagine? And the government, they're doing the same thing with the government. They go buy the government debt so the government can be as stupid as it always is. Keep spending, keep spending. Imagine that. How stupid is that? Called monetization of debt. 99.99% of people have no idea what it means. It simply means they print all this money, and when they print money, what happens? Every dollar in your wallet or wherever your money is gets eaten alive. You know that word inflation, 2% inflation? What a con job that is. 2% inflation. You know what that really means? And they hide it from you. It should be on your payroll check. You know how they do all the deductions, FICA? It should be right there. It should be 2%. What does that mean? The government is stealing 2% of the wealth of your dollars. But it's not 2%. That's a big, bold-faced lie. You know what it is? When I get back, I'll tell you what the real inflation is. And that should be on your check with all the other deductions, because that's what the government steals from you.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. And you can sign up for that free trial, the chart, and my membership right now. Just go to philsgang.com where it says product. Click on product. You'll come up, you'll see a series of products, and the one that will stand out will be the Pro 2 color-coded technology chart. You get that, and you'll be part of the Working Investor Group, which means you get a membership, and each day at 2 o'clock we post the portfolio of those members, called the Member Portfolio Working Investor Group. And every day, the head of our education department, Steve, he will do this with every stock. Well, I guess we're not loaded.
Goldman Sachs continue to hold your short position here with a stop at 210.75.
And then he goes on and tells you, everything about the stock, what you should be doing, not doing. I mean, who does that for you? For God's sakes, it's $39.95 a month. Are you nuts? Try it. But the important thing is that you should be able to look at the color-coded chart. When it turns red, you better take profits. It's telling you the institutions are pulling money out. It's never wrong. And if you don't believe me, use it for 10 days, for heaven's sakes. 10 days. All I ask is once you do join, that you help the kids at St. Jude. Now, unfortunately, our inflation rate is 12%. You know that. To say it's 2% is a bold-faced lie. What proof do we have? How about health insurance? How much has your health insurance gone up? More than 2%? Think so? How about medications? Going to the pharmacy lately? What about the grocery store? What are you, nuts? How about the stock market rally itself? 435% since 2008. 50% alone since March. Oh, no inflation. How about the bond market? All lies. Inflation's 12%. Unbelievable. Unfortunately, everyone believes the Federal Reserve will keep printing money and keep rates low and will never let the market crash before the election. That's a dangerous assumption. Do not take that assumption. Do not go under that assumption, I should say. I'm not asking you to get out of the market, but be prepared. The economy is worse now than when Paul Volcker was the head of the Fed. What does that tell you? And what did he do? He raised rates through the roof to cut the back of inflation. Remember, the Federal Reserve is controlled by a bunch of financial terrorists, the elitist rich. 1/100th of 1%. That's who they are. The 1/100th of 1%. You got to get into that club. You need $27 million a year. $27 million a year income. Your net worth's got to be $111 million. 3,600 people control it. Their mission is to benefit themselves first and to create wealth for who? The top 1%. Those who get $400,000 a year with a net worth of $4 million. Oh, they lie and tell us they have mandates. And their job is to have these mandates to make sure we have even pricing and 100% employment. All a bunch of baloney. Are you kidding? So how do they enrich themselves and the 1 percentile? By controlling the financial institutions, the banks, especially the commercial banks. For heaven's sakes. They believe they know better how to manage the economy through interest rate manipulation, massive money printing, massive government spending, i.e. debt. I'm talking real debt, government debt, corporate debt, Wall Street debt. I just told you what they do. They monetize the debt, which they should go to jail for. Are you kidding me? They just print money that hurts you and me and really hurts the low-income people, which they say, oh, monetization's there to help the poor, to help the working guy, to help the regular guy in the street. Are you kidding? It hurts him the most. Because when you monetize that, all they do is print all that money. They go to a corporation, say, oh, you're broke, you're going broke. No problem. We'll buy all your debt. Oh, and all the congressmen spent and spent and spent and spent. Never do they not spend. Oh, don't worry. We'll buy your debt. We'll keep printing more money. Just keep printing more money. We'll buy everybody's debt. What are you, nuts? That's why you're having trouble. There's no value to your dollar. It's unbelievable. The government and the corporations, they keep on just monetizing their debt. Big fancy word, isn't it? Federal Reserve comes in and buys their debt. All they do is sell bonds. The corporations, right? They turn around, they raise money, they sell bonds. The government, to raise money, they sell bonds. And then when they're broke, the Federal Reserve prints money, comes in and buys those bonds. And saying, we're going to make sure that we unlock that debt, the liquidity that's in that debt. We're heroes when all they're doing is screwing us. Unbelievable. It used to be the Federal Reserve would make sure that the economy was running well. That all changed in 2008 when Bush and his Wall Street friends decided against going into a recession. After Americans lost $10 trillion, wiped out $10 trillion, instead of going into recession, which they should have done, and let the weakest companies go down, let the weakest banks go out of business, take their assets, spread around all the strongest banks. Instead, no, what'd they do? Monetize debt. And you wonder, this isn't going to be the biggest crash ever? Of course it's going to be. It's unbelievable. The Federal Reserve is a private banking cartel. It prints money to purchase debt of corporations, including the banks, including the federal government. They free up that money that's locked up in debt, and they say, we're going to circulate it again. But then guess what? These same poorly run banks, these same poorly run corporations who are in debt, who don't know how to run a company, they get back in trouble, and they do it again, never putting them in bankruptcy. And you want to know why you're struggling? And remember what that does. When they monetize debt, you've got a problem. When they keep monetizing debt and they keep printing money, that's why unemployment keeps increasing. That's why you can't get wage increases. That's the crisis. That's the problem. When they keep doing this, unemployment gets worse and you can't get a raise. So if you do have some money, make sure there's no other place than the stock market. Put it in the stock market. It's the best place. You'll never make money like you can make in the stock market. As fast as you can make it in the stock market. What, you're going to flip cars? Flip diamonds? Are you nuts? What are you going to do? The beautiful thing about the stock market, it's liquid. And if you make a mistake, the click of a mouse, you're gone. You sold it. But with the chart, look, just take a look at McDonald's. We started buying McDonald's when it turned green. Back actually, we started by McDonald's when here it is, July. It was red for about 3 months, and it started to turn green in July. Around July 13, 14. Still green today. So we know to stay in the stock because it's green. But when it starts turning yellow, that's a warning. Just like when you're going through a red light, right? You see yellow, slow down. Same thing. And then it finally turns red. Tells you, boy, the volume of money is going out so fast now the market's going to drop or this individual stock's going to drop. So I can go to bed at night. I could care less. My members can go to bed at night to own McDonald's and not worry. They could care less about the crooks on Wall Street and the crooks in the Federal Reserve because we're always going to be on the right side of the transaction, whether it's going up or down. That's what's important. Please try it for 10 days. Free. The color-coded chart and your free membership. It works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, join myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, Charlie Kirk, October 23. That's here in Sarasota at the Sarasota Hyatt, 7 to 9 p.m. So again, that's myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, and Charlie Kirk. We'll be on at 7 to 9 p.m. Check it out. Go to my site. You can see all the pricing of tickets, and they are selling out rather quickly. So because it's limited seating. So please check it out. I was thinking during the commercial how people get sucked into 401ks and with this matching. But I want you to understand something. Why do you think they've been fighting? They've been fighting the regulators, the mutual fund industry, to have a standardized investment education program. All companies should have the standard investment education. Why wouldn't they do that? And why do you think they spend hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to fight the regulators so to make sure there is no standardized investment education? Because if they told you the truth, that mutual funds screw you, they sell you the worst product so they can increase their kickbacks between themselves, the mutual fund industry, who sells your company, the mutual fund, and they split it, big kickbacks. That's why they don't have it. Isn't that nuts? But you can't convince people of that. No more than you can convince people of the fact that as a result of this monetizing debt, big fancy word, and QE, quantitative easing, don't you love how they pick these words out? Monetizing debt. Why don't you just say what it is? You print money, you go in and you buy the debt of the government. The Federal Reserve does that. And they go in and buy the debt of corporations. So they can go out again and borrow even more money and make more stupid decisions. Then go back again and do it again, monetize it again. But as a result of that, we have the largest monetary bubble ever. At a time when the financial system is not strong enough to withstand a bursting of this bubble. But yet they're telling you, oh, we think things are okay again. Yeah, we're coming back. Everything's fine again. What are you, nuts? Now, the reason they don't have a good, strong financial system, because they screwed it. Remember, because the owners of the Federal Reserve, they control the Fed. They ignore their original dual mandate to stabilize prices, and maximize employment. They don't care about that. Matter of fact, it's so funny that not only do you get duped with a 401k through this, hey, we're going to match you, which never happens. Because remember, they always adjust. Whatever that job is worth, was worth $68,000, they dropped it to $58,000 or $40,000, whatever it is. They already figured it out. But the same thing with the Federal Reserve. Okay, what they have done, they've duped us into saying they are for mandate. They have two mandates. They're going to turn around and maximize employment and going to have stable prices, which is a bold-faced lie. They duped us. You know what they did? They went out and said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to create 12 regional Federal Reserve banks, 12 of them. And they're going to be in those areas to get a good sense of what's going on. And their goal is going to be promote financial stability. You ever see them on TV? They said, we are now going to have this morning as our guest the head of the Pennsylvania Regional Fed. He's a dope. They're all political appointments. What are you, nuts? All they do is enrich themselves, not you. So again, when they tell you it's 2% inflation, it is not true. Not true. And what happened and where we stand now is when you keep rates as low as we have for this long. And remember what their job is. They want you to go out. They keep rates low for a reason. They want people to go out and spend. They want people to spend more money than their income. They want to go out and buy those big rims for their Jeep. Buy a Bulldog and a chain and tie them to the Jeep. Go out and get a couple wave runners and water ski things and snowmobiles and motorcycles. Because they figure if they keep interest rates low, that people go out and they'll be happy. As long as they can get those things, and people no longer ask what the payment is, they ask what the late payment is. They keep them happy. While behind your back, they're screwing you every day getting rich in the stock market off of you. Off of you. because they are taking your dollar away from you. As I said, on your paycheck stub, it should say, with all the deductions, it should list 12%. It should say stealing, government stealing, 12%. 12% of my pay? If they ever did that, people would take their motorcycle, their wave runner, their ski mobile, their skis, or they'd go to Washington. There'd be a riot. But they can prevent that riot by just making sure people keep rates low enough that it hurts all the people. They don't know that. Not until they're so tied up in debt they got to file bankruptcy. This is all to get the rich richer. Where? In the stock market. So why aren't you participating? Because you're scared. Because you know 85% of the people never get out of the stock market before it crashes. Well, that ends here, ends now. If you're a member of my gang, I'll prove that to you in 10 days. What do you got to lose, for heaven's sakes? And remember what they do. As I said, they give you all this money to go buy all this stuff, spend more than you make, than you take in, because you can get credit. That turns into stagflation. That's even worse. And here's the real thing. When people take all that money and they go and they buy all this stuff, and they can't afford it, they're living beyond their means, that's more debt. They think they're buying a snowmobile. They're not. They're buying debt. They think they're buying a wave runner. No, they're not. They're buying debt. They go and buy Nike sneakers. They think they're buying sneakers. No, they're buying debt. They have no idea. So the Federal Reserve's been able to make you sacrifice growth for debt. And you're going to pay for it. Not them. They're going to get rich because they're in the stock market. And they're going to keep pushing the stock market up every day. And in the afternoon, when the market goes down negative 200 points, 300 points, the market closes down 400 points. Well, they do. Their pals at the plunger team comes in. And as long as the futures market is open another half hour in Chicago, they go buy the futures. They go buy the futures contracts. Why does the Federal Reserve do that? I mean, their pals do that? Because by the plunger team going in and buying the futures contracts from 4 to 4:30, the next morning when all the big players come in, the institutions, the big insurance companies, the biggest banks, and they're ready to keep selling stock because the market closed down 400 points or 200 points, they look and say, whoa, look at this, I'm going to start buying. Because the Federal Reserve put in a floor. Because between 4 and 4:30 yesterday, they went in and they bought They bought contracts. That's putting a base in. So that's why the next morning you see implied opening. Ever notice on the little bug on the right-hand side, CNBC or Fox, they say implied opening? Up 200 points after you're down 400. It's unbelievable. So, yes, we are heading for the biggest crash we ever had. But why make it a crash for you? Why make it something sad? Why make it that you're going to lose wealth? Why don't you take advantage and know that when this crash does occur, you're going to be on the right side of the transaction. Not only are you going to be out, but you're going to be making money on the way down. Just take and short the spiders. What you buy isn't what they call an inverse. We'll show you how to do it. SDS is the symbol. You buy it. That's all. And when the market crashes, this inverse goes the other way. It goes up. And as it keeps going up, as the market keeps crashing, you're making money. There is no reason for you to get caught in a crash. You should be here enjoying, like my members, with McDonald's going up, and Starbucks going up, and DRI going up. Why aren't you in these? Because you're afraid you're not going to get out in time. And that's the problem. But you're not. You're going to get out in time. You are. I'll prove it to you for the next 10 days. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Sign up for the Working Investor Program, the Pro 2, and you see it works. After 10 days, you'll be convinced. See you on the charts.
You have
been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.